Corruption is one menace Nigeria has been facing over decades. The present administration has always maintained that it is committed to seeing an end to it. So far, different approaches has been used to repatriate stolen monies back into the government coffers. The likes of Abacha loot and over $300 million from Switzerland are among the repatriated funds. With this move, it makes it expedient for the passage of the Proceeds of Crimes Bill into law in order to aid the total forfeiture of stolen funds and properties to the federal government. Here, stakeholders gather to dialogue on the significant step taken to aid the birth of the new legislation. Speaking, the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, disclosed that more funds are expected from New Jersey. Malami said the fight now is domesticating the legislation by institutionalizing it if the bill gets passed and assented to by the president.
In the last couple of years, the administration has been successful in repatriation of assets from Switzerland and the United Kingdom, among other countries, and is currently in the process of recording further repatriation from places like the island of Jersey. Despite these successes, we are cognizant of the fact that repatriation and recovery of assets is just one part of the coin. It is equally significant that the recovered assets are utilized in a manner that is of optimal benefit to the ordinary people of Nigeria, who are the ultimate victims of corruption.
Attributing delay in the passage of the bill to the leadership tussle in the National Assembly, representatives of the National Assembly also gave the assurance that the bill will soon be passed.
From tomorrow, we expect that tomorrow it will be on the other paper, so that we can look at it and tidy it. Once we've done that, it's a done deal from our end. So that's the situation in the Senate as it concerns this bill. So it's just that a problem of interpretation. And if not because of vacation and our politics over the time, of trying to direct the National Assembly who should lead them, this thing would have been done with.
In the National Assembly, we have a bill, that's the Proceeds of Crime Bill, one, the executive bill, and the other one, private member bill. The executive bill was sent to the Senate by the Office of the Attorney General, and I believe my colleague here, Senator Chukwuka Utasi, actually explained where and how that bill is being treated now. The second one, which is again the same with what we have in the Senate, but now a private member bill, which was introduced by me in the House of Reps, has been passed.
While calling on President Muhammadu Buhari to put in place executive order on asset recovery and management, other stakeholders are on the need for transparency.
Use this medium to call on the President Muhammadu Buhari to put in place an executive order on asset recovery and management to help boost the asset recovery and management regime in the country.
It is important that we make the battle against corruption and recovery of assets an individualistic one, so to speak. So much so that in the closet of your house, if there are things that you think can fuel corruption, you nip it in the bud. Then to a family, to your town, to your community, your states, and before we get to the global space.
When this Proceeds of Crime Act is passed, or bill is passed into law, we are going to adopt e-government procedures to have a central database of all the recovered assets.
The Proceeds of Crime Bill, if passed into law, will give room for transparency and accountability in the recovery and utilization of stolen assets. Oluwatoyin Yusuf, ITV News, Abuja.